Hey, it is Lucky. Welcome to what is, I guess, I don't know, our COVID live sessions. You could call things a little bit different as we do our interviews. We can't have 3 Days Grace in studio, but we can have them in their home, or at least in front of their wall of success.
Uh,
It looks like Brad and Matt joining me, guys. Thanks so much for doing this.
hey, thanks for having us,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
So let's talk pandemic life, the life of a band, and how do you do anything during what has been going on with COVID-19 so far?
We've been keeping busy around our houses. We're just like, we're in Norwood, Ontario, so there's about 1,300 people in our town. So, not much going on out here, but it's nice to be home. We were gonna take this time off anyways. I think we only had 3 shows this summer,
Yeah.
and we just got off of 3 years of extensive touring. So, yeah.
Yeah. Brad, is this a writing time for music? Is this like I can only imagine at the end of all this, you're gonna have bands coming out with like crazy amounts of albums in 2021 and 22 because they've been sitting around writing and thinking through all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's gotten a little easier. In the beginning, we were doing like Zoom meetings because we couldn't be around each other, and that's definitely harder, I think. But like Neil lives closer to here. Barry, we can get any time on FaceTime and stuff. So yeah, it's been good, man. We try to do a little bit of writing here and there, and just we took a few months off, but I think as long as we have something prepared for when things get normal again, we'll be back at it hopefully soon.
I was just wondering if, as a band, as the band gets more successful, do you get accustomed to maybe a little more space? I mean, you're not riding in a van necessarily to these club gigs. You're using, stadium dressing rooms and arena rooms. You're kind of more apart as the success takes off.
Yeah, we still have that van mentality though. Like we don't we're appreciative of for the bus, we don't want to be in a van, but looking back like to my early days too, like being in a van, uh it was a lot of fun, like it was like camping with your friends constantly, and like traveling in a dirty old van going to shows. It's got comfier, but it's still fun. Yeah.
So we haven't reached the Eagles stage yet, where we've got separate entrances on the plane to get on
No,
and off, so we don't see each other.
no, we still only have one dressing room. Yeah, I think once we start getting like karate rooms and massage rooms, I think that's we don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
We have a pretty simple rider. As long as we have our vodka and our tequila and our beer, we're happy.
I
Sometimes,
love it.
sometimes I do get like a vocal warm up room, and when the guys see that, they're like, "Oh, the singer's got his own room." So, it's pretty funny when that happens. I think it's pretty funny.
And now you get to be back together. I mean, you're brothers, so I'd assume you have to put each other in your bubble at this point.
Yeah.
But you're able to get together and get with the band more now, right?
Yeah. Like, and we're only 5 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Congratulations, first of all, on the success. Infrared, your 14th #1 single, and every time I intro you guys on the air, I talk about that, and I can't imagine, when you were playing the Norwood Arena and keeping the Vipers out for a game, that you would think, holy crap, we're going to break Van Halen's record at some point.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. It's surreal, it's one of those things you don't ever imagine will happen, but yeah, we're super grateful, thanks to, radio, stations like yours and fans, we've been able to do that, and it's something special for sure. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Does the success of the singles, I guess, kind of play into the way that albums are done now? Because it's all about digital downloads and fans who want things instantly and maybe only want one song or 2 songs. The fact that you guys have had so many successful singles works so well to that.
And I know that a lot of pop artists kind of do that too. It only release about three songs at a time. You know, I love doing albums, and I also love putting, you know, your best foot forward and releasing, you know, your best music to the people. So who knows what's going to happen with the album, or if you're just going to be releasing 3 songs at a time or something like that.
And speaking of releasing one song, you know, a cover, Gautier's Somebody They Used to Know. And I know, Matt, reading some stuff about what you said when you heard that song the first time, and how it hit you.
Yeah, like I remember, yeah, 8 years ago, 9 years ago when it came out, I heard the song and the chorus kicked in. I got goosebumps. I was like, this is awesome. This is so cool. And you know, his whole album was great, and he had the success of that song and kind of stepped away from it. You haven't heard much from him since, but you know, like every time I pick up a guitar, I play that riff. And the intro, or the verse riff, dun 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 dun. So one day I was just bored with COVID boredom, and went out back to the studio. I'm like, I'm gonna finally record this, like record a version for myself, you know. And I sent it to the other guys once I was finished, and they're like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. Your voice really suits that song. We should put some heavy guitars in it and like soup it up and make it us." And yeah, and we did, and now that's what you hear.
Brad, did you have that reaction when you heard it and you heard Matt do it? Were you like, oh, are we going pop now? Is this a new
like,
trend, or did you just think, wow, this is really cool?
No, I could tell right away. You know, because we're always messing around with covers and, you know, trying to think of cool ones. And when he sent me that, I knew right away that that was going to be something special for sure.
All bands kind of start out doing covers. When you do shows, you can't play only your own music. You've got to do some covers. You remember going back to those early days? What were some of your favorite or least favorite ones to play?
So when we first, you know, this is going way back, but probably 97, when we first moved to Toronto, we were living, you know, 4 of us were living in a 3-bedroom apartment, and we needed to make money. So we became a cover band up in like Muskokas. So we traveled to like Bracebridge and Gravenhurst and Baysville and, you know, all the cottage bars up there.
The hit markets. Yeah.
We were a cover band. So we would play 3 hours a night, and they'd put us up, you know, for the weekend in some crappy little room. And yeah, man, we'd do three 1-hour sets, and we were called the Jupiter Effect.
Oh, really?
So they were fun times, but it was like, you know, we'd had to, I think we learned 60 covers or something, and a lot of, you know, like 90s stuff. And but yeah, we've definitely played a lot for sure.
You don't get guys calling for Freebird in the middle of the show anymore.
Well, and then we tried to sneak originals in, right? And people would be like, "Boo!" Like, yeah, it was awful.
I don't know this song.
This sucks.
I remember you guys played "Should Have Been Alright."
Oh, could have been a lady.
Could have been a lady.
April 1.
Oh, that's awesome. I can only imagine someone's going to be watching this and be like, holy crap, I remember the Jupiter Effect. It was drunk in Muskoka.
But that was before anybody could take a video or anything. So
this is true. Yeah. The world has certainly changed that way, and that you know, video is how we do things. Online is how we do things, and it plays into well with why we're talking today. Metallica, and opening up for them. Boy, I can only imagine it's a dream come true to be part of something with Metallica, but not exactly the way you wanted to do it.
Yeah, you know, we got the call on a Tuesday, and we were filming on Saturday. So we had only about a week to get our filming together and submit it. So you know, once we got the call, we're like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Let's get in the studio. And that was the long weekend that just passed. So we got in there and did it, and yeah, it comes out tomorrow. So we're pretty stoked.
How hard is it, I mean, to go into a studio and you know this is being played at like 300 venues with Metallica fans sold out, drive-in concerts. So, you know, I don't know if, you know, buddies will be sneaking guys into the trunks of their car or whatever. You can have a couple of million people watching this thing, and how hard is it to recreate the intensity?
It was definitely hard. You know, you have to just remember that there's people out there. and I think that's what we did. Like you had to do some banter and stuff.
Yeah,
Which was,
yes. I had to pretend that I was speaking to a crowd and stuff. It's kind of like the baseball players that are, playing for teddy bears, and we didn't have any bears, but yeah.
Did you try to stick to the same ritual before that show? Like, do you have things you guys do before shows that amp you up that you tried to do before going in?
Yeah, I actually did, and usually I have a few Red Bull and vodkas, and yeah, after so many takes though, I was like, oh god, the Red Bull wasn't working anymore, the Red Bull and vodka. So yeah, we still had a few drinks before we went out and played. So
well, listen, I think everyone is looking forward to this. It's so good. I mean, we've been starving for live content and shows, and just to feel a little bit normal again. And it must be the same for you guys, just to play.
yeah, it was. We had 5 months without playing live, and then to get together and be able to play, do something live and get play some music again was really fun.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, I know we're looking forward to it. I want to thank you guys for doing this as well. Best of luck, continued success. We're looking for that 15th number one, because I think Shinedown has come up, and we can't have that, guys.
Oh, we love those guys. So we want to do the hits tour with them when this all gets back to normal.
Yeah, that would, how incredible would that be? Let's hook it up, and let's hope that it's sooner rather than later, guys. Again, thanks so much for doing this. Continued success and health as well.
You too,
Thanks,
buddy.
Eddie.
Thanks so much.
Brad and Matt, 3 Days Grace. Thanks so much for watching.